Today we're gonna layer basses like lasagna, dubstep lasagna. Let's run this. Tearout. Okay, so you see, lots of basses going on. Main thing I want to show you, call, response, layering, sustains with mid basses and wide basses. So check it out. First, as soon as the drop starts, we have Boy and Son. Introducing. Beautiful. Boy and Son. And then we also have a response. Then we add a little bit of wide boy on top of the response. Then we add a little bit of mama sustains. Music to my ears. Bon appetit on mama. And then throughout the song, we change up these sounds basically. But we use them because we want the song to sound fluid and all the sounds belong together. So by using the same patches but changing them a little bit will help you do that. But first we have our call. So let's hear Boy and Son. Now with Boy and Son, we want to make sure like they're kind of growly and have movement. Check out Boy, which is going to be a D note. Go to Serum, check out bass 2, have it on Amber, which is this Live 10 wavetable. It's very nice. It's right there. I have LFO 1. It's on 10 parameters on this level. FM from B is on 61. It's moving a little bit. Wavetable position, it's going up to 26, also on this sub. Then we have this band notch 12, and the cutoff is on 65. Frequency is on 68. We're moving it down -18, moving this cutoff up 14. A little shark fin, trigger, half rate. And then Kinshi wavetable, not too sure where this is from. Honestly, maybe a pack that I got. Got this Kinshi, gonna be saved in this whole patch, and I'm gonna put it all on my Patreon. You guys can download every single one of these sounds that I'm about to show you in the Patreon. Then I'll put some free stuff in the description. Now let's go to the effects. Multi-band compression. We have distortion with this drive going up to 50, diode 2, flanger L6. Resonance is moving up 47 with this LFO. Then we have these two notches in this EQ that are moving towards each other. Frequencies at 3200. They're moving with the LFO 13 and -17. This tonal LFO is on this cutoff, -14, adding different tonal movement. And then it's on the sync 32 on this wavetable position going up all the way. Wavetable's at 48. So we have two different LFOs going. One for the push and pull, one for tonal. Now if you listen to this sound without processing, it sounds like this. Add the Dripment loud rack for all the loudness, which is just OTTs, saturators. This gate is just killing the artifacts of the OTTs. Another saturator. EQ8 doing some boosting. Glue compressor adding some boosting. Utility not doing nothing. JST clip is clipping at 0 but then boosting up here. We have double oversampling on. That's just making this loud and clean. Add an EQ8, do a little bit more boosting, a little bit of cutting. Cut them lows. And then it's gonna sound like this. But then we add this effects to add some reverb and auto pan. And yo man, easy, easy, easy. That's the little effects on the first hit. We head over to Sun. It's just a loud rack, and we have Serum doing some good things. Amber wavetable. We're using the cymatics of Animals Baboon 3, -1. LFO is at the shark fin trigger half rate. Using it on this level, on the subs level. Using it on the frequency and cutoff, just like the last patch. Basically the same as the last patch, except remove some effects here. The drive is going to 70. This multiband's going up 6 decibels this time. And then if you look, the way the FM from B is at 39%. That's giving us this tone. Then we have the main lead. Let's remove the effects. Lose in intensity quickly. Take out this reverb filter. Now it sounds like a joke. You see how we have, it's like a blippy sound, you know? This LFO, it's on this level. This bandpass, 50%, 76, 78 on the frequency. Putting it in its little filter. Taking out the highs, and then we're adding some distortion, and to top it off, to make the actual sound, you add this reverb filter. You can start hearing some tonal, and you have 24 hertz here, resonance at 26, drives at 21. Then from here, you can add the loud rack. Same loud rack from earlier. Then you can add some more reverb, drip verb 1. Clean it up with the EQ at the end. Remember, leave space for your sub. All right, cool. That's the main lead. You can also watch the main lead being broke down in full detail on my Noosphere video. Check that out. Now let's go to Grandpa, the wide boy. So let's listen to Wide Boy, and the main thing we got going on here is 16 voices in oscillator A. Without that, it would sound like this. We got this LFO on pyramid scheme here, and then we got LFO2 on the level and this level. This wavetable is actually a sample that I threw in. With Serum, you can throw in samples and then use it as a wavetable. Wavetable position I changed. Remember, you can get this whole sound in my Patreon, and you'll be able to mess with this sound too. We got the filter not doing anything, and then we have hyper dimension going here. Wets at 49, 16, flangers, mixes at 50, feedback 55, mix 27 on the delay. Compressor multi-band turned on. Then we got the gain at 14 decibels. Then we have the Combs filter at 662, adding some tonal qualities. Mixes at 20%. We got this. I add this easy clean rack to reduce ambience, OTT, saturator, and the Camel Crusher, the Ray Volpe, but I just added an extra OTT in here. Added an extra saturator. Cleans it up nicely, makes it louder. This will be the final polish. Cutting up some mids. Cutting out some mids just to leave some space. Remember, all these sounds are going to be as loud as possible because this is the drop full intensity. So you can just mix down any other sounds that you want to be turned down, such as this sustain. This is sitting behind in the mix because of this EQ, but this sustain is the Dripment Sustain 1. This one's really fun because you can change the tone of it easy and make a billion different sustains. Analog MB triangle metal. FM from B, 40%. This is turned down, but we're using the saw to bring it in there. And then we have it on octave 1 to make it higher pitch, as well as the sync turned up to 1.7 to make it a higher pitch. And then you have this LFO going up with the loopback point at a bar on envelope. You can right click for the loopback point. This is at -2. Wavetable position 83. Then you can go to the effects. It's just a hyperdimension. And then the distortion drives at 91. Add this EQ to remove frequencies and kind of turn it down. Tuck it behind in the mix. This is a sustain. You can have different songs where the sustain is the main character, and you can have all the frequencies playing. But in most songs, you could just tuck the sustain in the back using methods like this. Add the auto pan to add a little bit of waviness, then add this reverb to add a little bit of verb. Mama Dose right here, his second sustain is going to be the same exact thing as Mama 1, but the knobs are going to be changed slightly. And the knobs you would change would be like the FM from B knob, the sync knob. You can also change how much distortion's on it, just to change the patch up a little bit, as to make sure you're not playing the same patch throughout the whole 32 bars. It's good to reuse the sounds that you're using. In the second phrase, we add this extra bass. Just a fast little bass I made just to speed things up in the second phrase. In the second phrase, I also wanted to speed it up by bringing in this regular hi-hat, which is a regular hat. Then I added arpeggiator at 32, added some chorus. So I'm adding extra percussion towards the second phrases so that we can make it go faster, spice things up, and add more energy. And then as soon as all that's finished, we go to the second part of the actual drop, the next 16 bars, where I introduce a new sub. Go. Yeah. Cool. So in this section, we're really spacing out the main lead, and we're kind of like leaving this empty space so that we can hear that distorted sub play. Sounds like this. And then at the beginning of the drop, we have a regular sub. So two different subs. This sub's just a serum playing a sine wave with some distortion, soft clip 69. Then this pedal's on with the bass and the mid turned down, treble turned down. This sub button's turned on, saturator's at 3. And then this EQ is not doing anything. You have this fab filter. Then you go to the distorted sub, which is an operator playing a sine wave, a little bit of harmonics here. Add this overdrive at 63. Then you add this pedal with the sub on. JST clip. Adding distortion. When you add it to a sine wave, it just does wonders. And then go. And then for ear candy, we have like these lasers from the Myrte sample pack. We have like little, and then we have the fills. So like I'll get this vocal right here. I'll get a laser right here. I'll get this ride, and I'll get this tom. Go. 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 And I'll make little fills. For the drums, it's just Myrte sample pack, kick, clap, and a riddim. The kick is going with the clap, and then it's just some glue compressors to make it louder. Pretty simple sidechain going on here. And then for the master, we have very simple master, just some more high-end OTT, and this JST clip, clipping it at 0. And then we're coming in. Go. That's about it. Hope you liked it. Check out more. Go to my Patreon so you can get extra sounds. Go to my Discord so we can talk. I'll help you. I'll answer some questions on production. Otherwise, like, subscribe. Bitch wanna come wet me 'cause we